ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op Hockey as they take on the Framingham Flyers this afternoon. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne will have their work cut out for them as they are missing a number of players today. Looks like they only have about 11 players available. Well, Framingham has a lot more, so it could be a long day for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, but they'll certainly get their fair share of playing time, whoever was able to make it to the game today. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne is fresh off a win over the West East Bridgewater Co-op, and we had that game for you this past Wednesday. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call. Andy Ritz on camera for some afternoon Hiller hockey on HCAM as they are looking to avenge their 8-1 loss against Framingham. And that was their season opener in Framingham. So they are hoping for better success here today. Your goalie matchup, it's going to be Morgan Frazier making her debut in net for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. She is wearing number 30 today. And for Framingham, it is Mikal Franklin, who is a junior. The head coach for Framingham is Casey Diana. For Hopkinton, Nick Grout, as we are underway here in period number 1 of this girls hockey matchup. As Merkley is going to gather up the puck, here she goes. Up the far side into Framingham territory. And she'll take a shot just wide. Well, the key to today's game for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, be aggressive. Take as many shots as possible. And don't let Framingham bury you in your zone, as that is going to be a wide shot by Mackenzie Coleman. Jammed up along the near side corner, picked up along the end boards by Haley Cox. Up the far side of Mazzucchelli. Sophia Mazzucchelli had a goal in the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne win this past Wednesday. It was her and Bianca Musgrave with the 2 scores to give Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Co-op their first win of the season, as we'll have an icing call and a face-off at 14 minutes left to go in the first period. We have a weekend loaded with Hiller sports. We had a Hopkinton wrestling this morning. And if you missed that broadcast, you can check it out on our YouTube page. And tomorrow we'll have more girls basketball as Hopkinton plays one of their makeup games with Norwood. Should be a great battle. Varsity at noon. And prior to that, JV at 10:30. As Framingham working along the end boards. There's a shot, and it's deflected. Still a loose puck. And deflected away. Good goaltending by Morgan Frazier. Along the near side, picked up by Alex Russo. And I got to make a correction from last game. It was Abby Wayne who was the goaltender last game. I was under the impression it was Deanna Pena, since she was wearing the number 30. But it was indeed Abby Wayne. And I must say, she did a great job in net against West East Bridgewater. And helped the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Co-op to their first win of the season. So congratulations to Abby Wayne on a great performance in net last game. But today it's Morgan Frazier. So we'll see what she's got in net. As that is sent back to Cotta. There's a shot. It'll float over to the far side. Picked up by Musgrave. Sent up into Framingham territory. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne makes a change. Now, since they have such a short roster, they're going to make many changes as this game goes on to make sure that they can rest these players a little bit. They don't want to tire anyone out too much. Here comes Patrick, and she'll take a shot. It's covered up by Mikal Franklin. We'll have a face-off at 12:27 left to go in the first period. Well, so far in these first couple of minutes, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne has the right idea. Keeping the puck away from Framingham, getting it in their territory as quick as possible. Here comes Logan Steele, a Framingham captain, up the near side, doing battle with number 8 for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Merkley. Trying to gather it up along the corner. Good battle for the puck as Haley Cox gets the stick on it. Banged off the boards by Merkley. Along the near side corner, sent over towards the net. And a smart move there by Morgan Frazier covering up the puck. We get a face-off at 11:53 left to go in the period. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne making yet another change. It's really going to be go out there, play a minute, rest. And that's pretty much how this pace of this game will be since you have such a short roster. Working along the far side is Musgrave, sends it over to the near side. Trying to get there is Patrick as Bailey gets the stick on it, sends it around. Picked up by Ava Sullivan. On the far side she goes. Back to the blue line now. Sent over to the near side. Merkley. And I got to say, watching this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team last game, they really look a whole lot more disciplined, and they are improving every game that goes by. This team's just getting better and better. Musgrave over to Bailey. Sent back by Patrick. First-year head coach Nick Grout doing great work with this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team, and you can see it based on their recent performances. They have found the net a number of times, kept games close, and of course got their first win this past Wednesday. Ava Sullivan behind the net, sends it up the far side. Collected by Perdoni. And now with it is Taylor, trying to work her way up. Nice move by Bailey getting in there. And there's a shot by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Goes off the side of the net, off the stick of, that was Kaylin Thompson, a freshman out of Dover Sherborne. And Thompson tripped up along the near side. Framingham trying to work it up the ice. So far, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne has done a nice job keeping it in the neutral zone and Framingham territory. Thompson trying to work the near sides. Puck squirts out. Mazzucchelli gets a shot off, and it gets by the goaltender, and it's just deflected by a defender, narrowly in. Mazzucchelli feeds it over to Patrick along the corner, and it's taken away as Holker gets there for Framingham. Molly Holker working her way up the ice. And correction, that is actually Alex Russo. Now along the corner, that is Perdoni. Reese Perdoni trying to get it away. And a nice send away by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Estrella working along the near side, and now trying to close in is Mazzucchelli. And I'd imagine Framingham going to try to pick up the tempo in a little bit and tire out this short-staffed Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team. Sent over by Cox over to the near side. And a shot from the blue line goes wide by Alex Russo. And sent up the far side by Mazzucchelli. And play continues on as we have just under 9 minutes left to go in this first period. That is sent out. A nice look towards Bailey, but a little too much mustard on the pass. Quinn sends it up for Framingham. Now closing in Russo. As she's tripped up, Kelly Bailey gets to the puck. Bailey goes up the near side with it. Over to Kaylin Thompson. Now here comes Bailey. Over to Musgrave. Musgrave sends it to the net, and it is turned away. Well, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne so far, certainly more shots on net than Framingham. Collected by Merkley. Walks the corner is Robinson, who will send it out. Popped off the boards by Welsh. And sent up ice by Thompson. Trying to turn it back up ice is Holker. Sends it over to the far side. Musgrave closes in on Robinson. A nice defensive work out in front by Perdoni. Up the far side we go. As that puck's deflected in the air, Musgrave able to send it up. Hopkinton, Dover, Sherborne continuing to make those quick changes. You'll see a lot of those in this game as they want to make sure they rest these players. Along the far side, trying to work her way up Holker, and she'll lose possession as Perdoni takes it away. Over to Mazzucchelli, and look out, Sophia Mazzucchelli has tremendous speed. And she's going to take a long shot here. It is turned away by the goaltender, Franklin. Picked up behind the net by Taylor. And now coming up the ice is Mackenzie Coleman. And correction, that's Cotta. Is getting in there for the Hillers, Perdoni. Along the corner, sent out to the slot. There's a shot, and it is a save by Morgan Fraser. That was a good look for Framingham as they got Zoe Yale the puck in the slot. Sent out to Taylor. She's going to take a quick shot at it out in front. And it is going to be a goal for Framingham as Logan Steele is just able to sneak it by Morgan Fraser. 1-0 Flyers. The score comes at 6:38 left to go in the first period. Well, you got the captain, Morgan Fraser, typically a forward, making her debut in net, and she's made some great saves so far. But it's certainly not an easy task when you're playing against a very good Framingham team and making your debut in net. You're going to face a lot of pressure. We'll see how she holds up. Framingham trying to work it back into Hopkinton territory. Musgrave gets in there. And here comes the Flyers. Cotta with it. Along the far side, sends it back. And it's stolen away. Musgrave gets in there. Here she comes up the far side. Musgrave working the corner against Taylor. It's taken away for the moment. Bailey gets in there. Out to the neutral zone to Haley Cox. Along the near side, Thompson. Cox sends it up. Pass over by Bailey. Picked up in the neutral zone by Merkley. Sends it into Framingham territory. Floats over to the net. Picked up by Sullivan. And that'll get away into Hopkinton DS territory. We will have an icing. 5:34 left to go in the first period. A 1-0 lead for Framingham. But some good back and forth between these two teams. Hopkinton, Dover, Sherborne missing several players for today's game. Mazzucchelli trying to get it out of the traffic jam. Along the near side, Merkley takes the shot towards the net, turned away. Good pressure there by Hopkinton DS. Sent up and around by Perdoni. Framingham trying to work it up the far side. It's great hustle by this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team. They are staying with the puck and challenging everything Framingham wants to do. That is sent up by Steele. Picked up by Perdoni. On the far side of Merkley. Merkley working her way up the ice. It takes a long shot, and we'll have a glove save by McCall Franklin. We'll get a face-off and a line change for both teams at 4:42 left to go in the period. Kelly Bailey up against Isabella Ventura. Here comes Framingham working her way up. Robinson, she's tripped up. I think we're going to have a delayed call here. It will go to Framingham territory. And no call, so it was just Logan Steele losing her balance there. Get the icing call as that's sent down by Bailey. Sent back over to Mistretta. Mistretta out towards the net. Trying to jam it in his Bailey, and it's turned away. And now racing down. Musgrave with a shot. It's in! Bianca Musgrave, the junior, makes it a 1-1 game. Yeah, Hopkinton, Dover, Sherborne, they came to play today. They might have a short roster for today's game, but they're gonna fight this one out. Kelly Bailey on the faceoff. Working up the far side. Picked up by Merkley. Merkley trying to work her way down. Flying up the near side. I lost the puck along the boards. Bailey gets in there. Picked up in the neutral zone. Merkley sends it flying. Up and around it goes. Picked up behind the net by Sullivan. She'll pop it off the boards. Framingham trying to establish some pressure. There's a shot by Quinn. That's wide. Along the near side now. Jammed up along the boards. And out in front, sent over by Taylor. Deflected away. Bailey up the corner to Musgrave. Musgrave trying to send it over. That pass intercepted. Closing in. Loose puck. It's popped in. It was a good steal by Mason Pumala. And she took it right up to the net. And it was, I believe, it was Sophia Tersoni who was able to pop it in for Framingham. And that'll make it a 2-1 game with 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the first period. Merkley sends it up. Here comes Mazzucchelli. Mazzucchelli with a floater, and it's just wide. And then trying to close in was Patrick. I'll tell you, Mikkel Franklin has been busy in this game in net for Framingham. Hopkinton, Dover, Sherborne establishing some good pressure early on. Fells sends it up. Merkley sends it over. And there's a quick shot. It'll go off the defender, Perdoni. Perdoni trying to get in there and steal it away, and it's just sent up by Fells. And now out in front, and a little bit of an errant pass there. Sent up the near side. There's a wrister off a defender. Nice job by Perdoni getting in the way of the shot from Mackenzie Coleman. Sophia Mazzucchelli with a backhander. One thing I think Sophia Mazzucchelli has to do, she has tremendous speed. Maybe hang on to the puck a little bit longer and try to get some shots at a lesser distance. Sent out by Patrick, intercepted by Cotta. Working her way up, Welsh. Over to the far side corner it goes. Perdoni trying to pick it up, closing in Cotta. Sends it up towards Mazzucchelli. There's a quick shot. And a shot from the right circle, turned away. Wrister, defender gets in the way. Nice job once again by Perdoni. As she got in the avenue of Molly Holker to deflect that shot. Hopkinton DS in the midst of a change and losing the puck is Ava Sullivan. Will get an offsides call. Sullivan lost the puck, crossed the line before the puck, and we'll have a face-off at 1:26 left to go in the first. Sullivan sends it over to the near side, sent up by Taylor. Up and around it goes. Sending it down Cox. And Bailey trying to break through, getting in her ways. Ryan Taylor. And now it's taken away by Musgrave, but we have an offsides. We get a face-off at 1:06 left in the period. Kelly Bailey up against Holker. Sent up by Merkley. It gets by Fells and then tripped up is a Hopkinton DS along the near side. Squirts out into the neutral zone along the boards. Merkley going to try to pick it up. She has someone on her tail. Merkley able to set it up to Musgrave. Bailey. Over to Patrick, sends it across. Here goes Musgrave. Look out, she has speed as well. Trying to take a quick shot. It goes off of Charlotte Fells. Fells sends it along the near side. A battle between Perdoni and Nyberger. And there's a wrister, sent just wide by Bailey. There to pick it up, Merkley. And that'll do it for the first period. Impressive stuff by a short-rostered Hopkinton Dover Sherborne co-op team. And it's a 2-1 Framingham lead after one period of play, but a good back-and-forth battle in this girls varsity ice hockey matchup. And we have 2 more periods left to go. We'll see if this gritty Hopkinton Dover Sherborne short-rostered team can hang around with a very good Framingham team, but so far, so good. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op Hockey on HCAM. Second period coming up next. And welcome back into the New England Sports Center as we are just about ready for the second period in this girls varsity hockey matchup between the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Co-op and Framingham. A 2-1 lead for Framingham, but a good back and forth game. Great pressure by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne in that first period as they will work right to left across your screen in this second period. Trying to escape with it is Tersoni. Working her way up, Coleman, Tersoni. Her shot's deflected. Good defense there by Cox. And now, here comes Hopkinton DS as Patrick takes it away, working up the near side. Ooh, and Ryan Taylor got tripped up a little there. Squirts out into Hopkinton territory, taken by Haley Cox. Pops it along the near side. Back into Framingham territory now is Ryan Taylor trying to get there. He'll take it around, sends it up the far side. Getting in the way, Perdoni. Framingham trying to close in. Ryan Taylor with it, and she's diverted by Perdoni. Sends it out in front, and it'll shoot out to the near side corner. Sophia Mazzucchelli with possession. Sends it up the near side. And here comes Framingham. Alex Russo flying up the ice. Sends it over to Taylor. And Framingham was pulling their goaltender. I believe we're going to have a delayed call here. And we will indeed. Well, there was no penalties by either team in the first period. And with already a short roster, this is something that Hopkinton Dover Sherborne is going to have to really try to avoid as penalties. So Framingham will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. As Bianca Musgrave is called, I believe it was for tripping. There's a quick shot, and it's wide. Jammed up along the near side corner, picked up by Merkley. Sent along the far side. Russo takes a swipe at it, sends it towards the end boards. Jammed up along the near side. And coming out with it is Perdoni. She had it. Now a battle for it once again. Perdoni goes back ice, sends it over to the corner. Merkley picks it up. Rips it up the near side, and it'll squirt back into Framingham territory. As Russo trying to get by Bailey, sends it up over to Tersoni. And now here comes Coleman. Coleman along the near side. Sends it out, no one there. Bailey floats it up the far side. Picked up in the corner by Taylor. Sent over to Coleman. 48 seconds left on the Framingham power play. Wrister, and a nice save there by Morgan Frazier. Sophia Tersoni on the shot, a junior. We'll have a face-off at 12:09 left to go in the second period. 40 seconds left on the Framingham power play. Mackenzie Coleman up against Liana Patrick. Sent down by Taylor. Now with it is Sullivan. And there's a shot, turned away and then covered up by Frazier. Nice save there by the senior captain, Morgan Frazier, making her debut in net today for the Hillers with the absence of Deanna Pena and Abby Wayne. Along the far side it goes. It gets by Ryan Taylor. Sophia Mazzucchelli trying to get there. It's a race as Abby Sullivan able to cut her off. Ava Sullivan, rather. Jammed up along the near side. Sent over by Quinn. Getting to it, Perdoni pops it off the boards. And now Patrick sends it over. Mazzucchelli now. Takes a shot, goes just wide, and a great penalty kill by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. The power play has expired. Musgrave getting back out there, wrister, and it's just wide. Musgrave and Taylor along the corner, and Taylor sends it over. Trying to get by Sullivan, and we're going to have a glove save here. Nice shot by Musgrave. Good pressure in that sequence by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. 11:10 left to go in the period. Kelly Bailey in on the face-off for Hopkinton DS. Sent over to Thompson, and she floats it just wide of the net. Musgrave sends it back, looking for Merkley. Merkley pops it off a defender, and it floats over to Charlotte Fells. Fells sends it up. Losing it was Cotta as Bailey got in there. Bailey trying to get to it, but Zoe Yale sends it away. Musgrave now doing battle along the far side boards. Swing and a miss there by Bailey. There's a wrister to the net. That's turned away. Thompson trying to get it out of the jam. And here comes Framingham. Trying to get by, and a great defensive maneuver there by Musgrave, who sacrifices her body getting in front of Zoe Yale. And she's a little shook it up. Actually, that was Reese Perdoni. And Reese Perdoni, she jumped in front of Zoe Yale, who was racing up the ice, had a nice break on net, able to swipe at the puck, divert it, but then went flying into the end boards. They're going to check on her. We hope she's okay. She certainly took a big hit into the boards there as after swiping at the puck, lost her balance. 10:16 left to go in the second period. A 2-1 Framingham lead. We'll step aside on HCAM. Well, it was a great defensive play by Reese Perdoni as she stopped a breakaway by Zoe Yale, then went flying into the boards, got a little shooken up there as she hit her back pretty hard on the boards, and she was able to walk off the ice with help from a couple of her teammates, and the trainer going to check on her. And the good news is it doesn't seem like the injury was too severe, so that's certainly good news. But certainly that had to hurt. She slammed into the boards pretty hard. Sent over, here comes Mazzucchelli on a break towards the net, backhander turned away. She was trying to go 5-hole there, and now trying to jam it in is Bailey. And covering it up, the goaltender, Mikal Franklin, just able to cover it up. Great pressure by Hopkinton DS. We'll get a face-off at 9:56 left to go in the period. Trying to get it out is Patrick, and Patrick closing in, takes a shot, no. And along the corner. And sent up into Hopkinton territory is Merkley racing to it. Merkley pops it off the boards, floats up towards Mazzucchelli. There's a quick shot, and it goes just wide. Along the near side now. Well, one thing I've realized about this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team, they are doing much better at getting to the puck. There's no hesitation as there was in some of those earlier games. They are being aggressive at getting to the puck and defending well. There's a shot and a glove save by Frazier as Ava Sullivan was able to lift that one towards the net. But it's always good when you could really notice a team improving as the season goes on, as this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team has. And to come in here against a good Framingham team and only have 11 players available and have it be a 2-1 score right now, and very much a game with 9:04 left to go in the second period, that is impressive. Sent over to the far side by Cox. Popped off the boards by Russo. And a shot from the high slot goes just wide. Tersoni trying to gather it up, sends it back towards the blue line as Russo takes a shot. That's wide. They're trying to get it out of the jam. Patrick sends it up the far side. And now a race to the puck as Bailey closing in. And it's sent back down by Framingham. Picked up by Cox. She'll take it around the net. Pops it off the boards towards Bailey. Bailey matched up with Ava Sullivan, the Framingham captain. Closing in. And that was Russo trying to send it over to Coleman. Coleman shoots it out of the far side, back to Russo. Now with it is Holker. There's a wrister, and it's wide. Along the end boards, trying to get it out, Coleman. And it's taken away by Musgrave. Russo sends it down, and back and forth we go. Nice send away by Bailey into Framingham territory. Hopkinton DS in the midst of a change. Back into Hopkinton territory. Musgrave gathers it up along the corner. Musgrave able to send it away, gets it over to Mazzucchelli. Up to the blue line now, setting it back down, Taylor. Framingham trying to close in, and there's a shot and a goal! Zoe Yale able to find the puck in the slot and pops it in. Glove side to make it a 3-1 Framingham lead. .7:21 left in the second. Framingham up by 2. Well, it was good pressure by Framingham. Hopkinton DS was doing a good job defending and covering up that slot area. But you give Framingham enough opportunities, eventually they're going to break through. Let's see how Hopkinton responds. As Sophia Mazzucchelli sends it wide. Along the near side, jammed up along the corner. It'll square it out now. Mazzucchelli sends it over into the slot, and there's a shot just high by Patrick. Little too much mustard on that one. A great look, though. Jammed up along the boards. Mazzucchelli trying to get it out. Getting in there for Framingham, Cotta. Cotta and Sullivan. And now Cotta pops it off the boards. There's Patrick trying to dig it out. And Flyers try to work their way up ice. Along the near side, Logan Steele. And getting to the puck is Merkley. Here goes Merkley flying up the ice. She has speed. There's a shot turned away. If she got a little more behind that shot, she might have had a goal there. That was a good look. Taylor sends it up. Popped off the boards by Perdoni. Perdoni matched up with Taylor. And it's taken away as Patrick gets in there. Mazzucchelli sends it over to the corner. Patrick, wrister, and it's turned away. Taylor sends it up. Nice hit deliver there as Patrick with another shot, and that is covered up. Good pressure by Hopkinton over Sherborne. We'll have a face-off at 5:48 left to go in the second period. Kelly Bailey matched up with Molly Clark. Sent over to the near side corner by Haley Cox. And sent back by Mistretta. Now Welsh with it. Welsh coming up the near side. Able to get the stick in there. Bailey. Bailey with the takeaway. Here comes Bailey. Trying to get around the defender, Kate Quinn. Off the board she goes. And it's sent over by Perdoni. She was looking for Mistretta. Mistretta just lost sight of the puck. Perdoni sends it back. Sent back to the neutral zone by Cox. And sending it flying up the near side, Haley Cox. Good job playing keep away by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Cox along the corner. Jammed up with Brooke Anderson. And Cox lost sight of the puck, and she heard one of her teammates from the bench say, hey, it's behind you. It's certainly important to pay attention, even if you're on the bench. You might be able to help your teammates find the puck. Merkley, or of course warn them if someone's coming up on your backside. Merkley sends it up the near side. Back into Framingham territory. And it's picked up by Fells. Fells trying to work her way up the far side. And getting in the passing lane was Patrick. Working her way up, Tersoni. Tersoni trying to get there. Good defensive stand by Hopkinton DS. Bailey sends it over. Able to find Patrick. Closing in, and it was stolen away. And we're going to have a call here. Cross check. And this is going to be against Framingham. So Hopkinton Dover Sherborne will be on the power play. As heading to the box for the Flyers is the captain, Ava Sullivan, with the cross-check call. Leanna Patrick up against Mackenzie Coleman. Trying to dig it out. Mazzucchelli. Swing and a miss there by Merkley. Mazzucchelli along the circle, takes it to the soft shot, turned away. Well, this is your time to shine if you're Hopkinton DS on the power play. That's turned away. Mazzucchelli. Back to Patrick. Oh, a little too much. Patrick had a great look, just a little too much on that pass. Picked up back ice by Perdoni. A minute and 30 seconds and counting left on the power play opportunity. Mazzucchelli sends it over to the far side. Knocked back into Hopkinton territory by Quinn. Wristed up the ice by Merkley. Patrick goes behind the net trying to get to it. Sent away by Russo. There to intercept Perdoni. And Perdoni sends it flying as that shot just wide. Here comes Clark working her way up. 1 minute left on the power play opportunity. 2:53 and counting left to go in the period. Back ice it goes. Picked up by Perdoni. And now Cox with it. Haley Cox sends it over to the corner. Taylor sends it to the neutral zone. There to collect is Perdoni. And now taken by Sullivan. 30 seconds left on the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne power play. Sullivan diverted to the near side. Trying to close in. That's a correction. That's Sophia Tersoni in the penalty box. 10 seconds left on the power play. Taylor sends it along the boards. Sullivan trying to pick it up. Over to the blue line. That shot diverted. And the power play has expired, so a successful PK by Framingham. Taylor along the far side. Hopkinton DS makes a change. jumping right in the midst of the action. Merkley has a break. Up the far side she goes towards the net. Shot, goal! Kaylee Merkley, the junior, makes it a 3-2 game. That was a beauty of a break by Merkley. And a terrific shot. And Hopkinton, Dover Sherborne, they came to play. They're not going anywhere. A 3-2 game. Along the near side. And a traffic jam as Steele digs it out. Sends it back over to Fells. Across ice. Sent up by Bailey. Up and around it goes. Over to the near side corner. Sent along the boards. Russo able to get it away. Over to the near side now, Cox. Up to Thompson. Thompson trying to dig it out. Getting in her way is Logan Steele. 50 seconds and counting left to go in the second period. Great action throughout this game. Very competitive game. And a good block there by Musgrave, who tries to dig it out. Framingham having a hard time getting the puck out of their territory. Bailey sends it to the net. It's covered up. And the great pressure by Hopkinton Dover Sherborne continues. We get a face-off at 27 seconds left to go in the period. Kaylin Thompson up against Sophia Tersoni. Along the near side, Tersoni. Trying to race forward, getting in her way was Merkley. Now here comes Sullivan, sends it over, floats to the corner. And now to Ryan Taylor, and her pass is diverted. Back into Framingham territory it goes, trying to turn it around is Tersoni. And that'll do it for the second period. What a good game between these two teams. Hopkinton, Dover Sherborne, only 11 players on the roster for today's game, but they are playing like they have a full team available, and they are competing hard against this very good Framingham team, and they're right in this game. It's still anyone's game, and you certainly have to love the heart. Hopkinton, Dover Sherborne showing out there today. The hustle just tremendous. The pressure is tremendous. And boy, oh boy, does this team just continue to get better and better. After 2 periods of play, it's Framingham 3, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne 2. You are tuned in to Girls Varsity Ice Hockey on HCAM. And welcome back for the third period. A very competitive game between Framingham and Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. A 3-2 Framingham lead as both teams scored a goal apiece in the second period. Zoe Yale netted one for Framingham, and then for Hopkinton it was Kaylee Merkley at 1 minute 30 seconds left to go on a nice breakaway and a great shot to make it a 3-2 game. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne certainly came to play, although they might only have 11 players available. They are playing well, very well here today. Into the neutral zone we go. Along the far side, Patrick sends it into Framingham territory. And now closing in, Coleman looking for a shot, and it is wide. Floats over to the near side corner. Perdoni trying to dig it out. And Perdoni gets tripped up with Mackenzie Coleman. Patrick trying to clear the traffic jam. Pumala sends it over to Sullivan, and Sullivan takes a shot at it. Her stick connected with Mazzucchelli, and then we're going to have a goal off the deflection. Ryan Taylor pops it in. Or I believe it was Ryan Taylor. Actually, it might have been Mason Pumala. That score comes at 14:05 left to go in the third period. That'll make it a 4-2 Framingham lead. Kelly Bailey on the faceoff for Hopkinton DS. Well, you'd imagine Framingham feeling the pressure a little bit as Hopkinton Dover Sherborne continuing to hang around. They're going to put their foot on the gas, I think, a little bit in this period. So Hopkinton DS is going to have to hang tough and try to clear their zone as much as possible. Taking it around the net, Robinson. Over to the blue line, that shot sent wide by Fells. But I have to say, Morgan Fraser making her debut in net today, doing a terrific job. She might have a future as a goaltender if she keeps playing like this. Thompson with it. Sends it over to the far side. A correction, that was Champlin sending it over the far side. Along the end boards in Framingham territory, Russo. Along the circle. And sent over by Bailey. Up towards Perdoni, who sends it back down. Bailey trying to close in. Musgrave out in front. Her shot attempt was diverted. Sent up the near side. Back into Hopkinton DS territory, floating towards the net. Fraser has to turn it away. Picking it up, Perdoni. Perdoni sends it up over to Musgrave. A mishap there by Musgrave, and Fraser able to turn it away, however. Cox bangs it off the boards. Sent over by Perdoni. Squirts out into the neutral zone. Collected by Sullivan. Hopkinton DS makes a change. And now here comes Bailey. Bailey takes it over to the corner. Sends it up to Musgrave. Jammed up now along the boards. Squirts out over to the near side. And off the boards into Hopkinton DS territory it goes. Picked up by Cox. Sent up to Musgrave. Collected by Ryan Taylor. Taylor trying to close in, surrounded by Hopkinton DS. Sullivan. And squirts back into Framingham territory, turned away by Franklin. Here comes Cotta. Cotta matched up with Mazzucchelli. She's diverted. And now with it is Merkley. Merkley clears it into the neutral zone. Tersoni trying to turn it back up ice. And Cox trying to send it forward, was diverted. Able to get there, however, was Merkley along the near side. Mazzucchelli with it. She's battling along the corner. Now into the neutral zone we go. Getting in the way is Merkley. Humala trying to close in, out in front. There's a shot, turned away. That was Cotta with a backhander. Good save by Fraser. And that is sent wide of the net by Fells. Along the near side now is Russo. She'll send it over towards the corner. Patrick trying to dig it out. Getting in there is Cox. And sent away by Merkley towards the net. Both of these teams doing a good job sending it towards the net where they're sending it up ice. Avoiding those icing calls. Here comes Welsh. There's a shot. And landing on it is going to be Fraser. And she tried to scoop that one up. Had a little mishap, was able to land on it. The puck did squirt out. But the play was dead as her glove did cover the puck. Sent over by Perdoni. Along the near side, sent out into the high slot. Good defense by Hopkinton DS, able to clear his Perdoni. Along the far side, Bailey gonna try to get there, but in front of her is Holker, will have an icing. We'll get a face-off at 9:39 left to go in regulation. A 4-2 Framingham lead. A short-rostered Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls co-op team hanging tough. Kelly Bailey over to the far side. Squirts out into the neutral zone. Back into Framingham territory. Back ice to collect is Clark, I believe that is. Jammed up along the boards. Sometimes the hair gets in the way of the numbers. There's a wrister, and it's going to be just wide by Perdoni. And I believe it was scooped up by Franklin. We'll get a face-off at 9:20 left. And on the face-off, Liana Patrick. Along the near side. Sent over by Perdoni. Perdoni trying to escape with it, getting in her way was Steele. And now here comes Yale. Zoe Yale. And it's sent away by Mistretta. Along the far side, Fells. And Patrick lost her footing there. Taking it over to the circle, sending it to the slot was Kata. A little too much on that pass. Now trying to clear Perdoni. Sent down by Russo. Up and around it goes. Perdoni takes it along the far side. Cleared away by Frazier. Now Russo at the blue line. Trying to send it over. Mazzucchelli got the stick in the way. Fells goes towards the corner. Sent over towards Mistretta. And now here comes Patrick. Liana Patrick looking for a break. Takes the shot off the defender, Russo. And now there's a quick shot by Merkley. It's diverted. Getting in the way was Fells. 8 minutes and counting left to go. Well, no matter what the outcome of this game is here today, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne has to be very proud of their performances. There's a glove save off a Kaylee Merkley wrister. They have hung tough with missing several players against the Framingham team that at the beginning of the season beat you 8-1, and it just shows how much better this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team has gotten as the season has gone on. And I think it's only going to go up from here. Over to the blue line. There's a quick shot by Merkley. Cox sends it over to the near side. Now trying to take it up. Taylor. Sent away by Merkley. Over to Taylor. Back and forth we go in the neutral zone. Bailey trying to escape with it. Sent up and around. Hopkinton DS doing a nice job in these last few minutes, keeping it in Framingham territory. And there's a floater by Bailey along the far side now. Working our way up the ice, Pumala, and we're going to have an offsides. We'll get a face-off at 7:06 left to go in regulation. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you from the New England Sports Center today. Andy Ritz on camera for what has been a very good competitive game between these two teams. Sent up by Mistretta. Patrick was trying to escape with it. Getting in her way was Fells. Mazzucchelli trying to take it away. Sent over to the corner. Clark sends it back up towards Robinson. And now getting there for the Hillers, Perdoni. Mazzucchelli trying to close in. And there's a quick shot by Patrick, and it's just wide. Up behind the net now, it's trapped, and we'll have a face-off. Got trapped into the back netting. Liana Patrick in on the face-off for Hopkinton DS. Mazzucchelli bangs it off the boards over to Perdoni. Now back to Patrick. Patrick takes a shot, and it's a save by Franklin. Back into the game comes Bianca Musgrave. Sophia Mazzucchelli going to get a breather. Well, everybody on the roster today that's available getting a whole lot of playing time. Got about 1.5 lines available for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. Along the near side. Working her way up, Welsh. And out. Fells lost it. Taken back, Welsh. Working her way in. Sends it back. There's a shot. Nice job getting in front of it. And getting in front of that one was Perdoni. Well, Merkley did a great job getting in front of the initial shot. And then Perdoni. And that's one of the things that this Hopkinton DS team has vastly improved on. Getting in front of shots. Not letting the opposing team get a ton of pressure on the net. Taylor sends it up the near side, finds Yale. Trying to scoop it out was Perdoni. It squirts out. Along the near side, here comes Cotta. Sends it over to the slot. That shot is wide by Steele. Sent over and it'll bang off the near side board. Squirts out into Framingham territory. Picking it up, Anderson. Now Ryan Taylor with it. Matched up with Liana Patrick. As Kelly gets in there. Taylor gonna take it around. Under 5 minutes left to go in regulation. We'll get a face-off at 4:41 left. And we're gonna have a penalty against Framingham. It'll be against Brooke Anderson, who will take a seat for 2 minutes in the penalty box. So Hopkinton Dover Sherborne will have their second power play opportunity of the game. Liana Patrick up against Mackenzie Coleman. And there's a quick shot by Musgrave that's covered up by Franklin. We'll do it again. Patrick sends it back. Cox along the near side. Takes the shot, and it's just wide. Patrick was trying to dig it in, and she was placed nicely in front of the net. We'll have a glove save here. A nice wrister by Merkley. Minute 43 left to go on the Raiders power play. The Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Raiders. Patrick sends it back. Out of the near side of Merkley. Shot, and it's wide. Perdoni trying to dig it out. Sent up ice by Framingham, and play will continue on. Merkley picks it up. Sends it over. Getting in there, Pumala. Pumala sends it back over to Taylor, who's going to take a shot, and then it's chopped down, and all kinds of action in front of the net. And Hopkinton DS able to clear. Here comes Liana Patrick on a breakaway, working up the ice. Wrister just wide. She was aiming for the top left corner, nearly had it. Perdoni sends it over to Cox. 50 seconds left on the Hopkinton DS power play. Mazzucchelli trying to work her way down. Defender gets in front of her. Oh, one credit you got to give Framingham. Hopkinton DS, they've been putting on pressure all game long. Framingham doing a great job defending. And there's a shot covered up by Franklin. Backhander by Liana Patrick. We'll have a face-off at 3:13 left to go. 32 seconds left on the power play. Bailey sends it back. Musgrave takes a chop at it. Trissoni sends it over. Into the neutral zone we go. Sent over by Perdoni. A little misfire there by Cox. Frazier gets the stick on it, sends it to the corner. Perdoni trying to dig it out. Getting in the passing lane, Kelly Bailey. Pops it off the boards up to Mazzucchelli. Mazzucchelli to Musgrave. Musgrave lost the puck. Working her way up now, Welsh squirts out. And just gets past Cotta. Haley Cox sends it up back into Framingham territory. Collected by Fells. Fells trying to race around. And that's intercepted by Musgrave and sent down to the corner. Picked up by Russo. Getting it her way, Patrick. Fells sends it up. Sent back down by Cox. Merkley sends it flying up the far side. Patrick trying to get there. We're going to have an icing call at 1:53 left to go. A 4-2 Framingham lead, but Hopkinton Dover Sherborne continuing to put the pressure on. Deanna Patrick up against Carolyn Cotta. And we're going to have a timeout call with 1:53 left to go. That'll give us some time to take you through the TVL girls hockey standings. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne able to pick up a win this past Wednesday against West East Bridgewater, their first win of the season. You can check out the highlights from that game over at our YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV, as well as our website, hcam.tv. Well, the standings for girls hockey, the Medway Co-op is 6-3-0. The Medfield Norton Co-op 3-3-0. Dedham 3-5-0. Westwood is a perfect 5-0-0. Dover Sherborne Hopkinton 1-7-0. And Norwood remains perfect for the moment, 5-0-0. And Hopkinton Dover Sherborne, they've been playing a lot of games lately. They'll have a bit of a breather after today's game. They get the full week off. They'll next be in action right back here at the New England Sports Center next Saturday for a 8 p.m. face-off with Leominster. We'll have that game live for you right here on HCAM. Liana Patrick up against Carolyn Cotta. It'll squirt out. Picking it up is Merkley. Merkley trying to race up the near side. Zoyale got in her way. And it's sent up by Cox. Cox gets there and trying to take it away. Cotta surrounded by Raiders trying to dig it out. Musgrave gets in there. Sent down by Patrick. Sophia Mazzucchelli is looking to wrist that one up the ice. Getting in her way was Taylor. Cotta racing in, sends it over to the slot, and it's diverted for the moment. Good defense there by Hopkinton DS. Patrick sends it past Mazzucchelli into Framingham territory. Sullivan picks it up. Under a minute left to go in regulation. Well, more than likely, unless you're able to get a couple quick goals, Framingham gonna take the win here, as Hopkinton DS does have an empty net. But no, regardless of the outcome of this one, this is a win in my book for Hopkinton DS because they were just extremely impressive and competitive out there with a short roster, missing several players. You had a roster of I believe it was 11 players available, and you left it all out on the ice and gave a good Framingham team a really nice effort. And this team has vastly improved as the season has gone on. I'm just blown away by how much they have improved since game one up till now. And I'm certainly looking forward to the upcoming stretch for Hopkinton DS. Amber Welsh closing in on an empty net, sends it in. And icing on the cake for Framingham. So an empty netter by Welsh with 19 seconds left makes it a 5-2 game. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow on HCAM, we'll have Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity basketball with JV action starting at 10:30, and then the varsity tip-off against Norwood at noon. That's tomorrow, some Sunday Hillers basketball on HCAM. Estrella along the far side, and that'll do it. A 5-2 win for Framingham, but a tremendous effort by a short-rostered Hopkinton Dover Sherborne co-op team. They left it all on the ice, and it was a tremendous competitive game between these two teams. But the Flyers pick up a win here today, but I'd have to imagine after beating this Hopkinton DS team 8-1 in the beginning of the season and then playing against a short-rostered team, I'm sure this Framingham team has certainly gained some respect at how tough this Hopkinton Dover Sherborne team was today. For Andy Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time: Framingham defeats Hopkinton Dover Sherborne by a final score of 5-2, and what was a very well played, good game by both sides, and certainly a lot of fun to watch. For Andy Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Take care, be well, and go Patriots. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everybody.